Every year when March rolls around, we always wonder what date we'll hear our first roar, and it's actually remarkably consistent, and usually within a matter of days either side of the 25th. But occasionally, if you strike the right stag, it's possible to get one earlier than normal.
There's a stag roaring just up the slope ahead of me up here. He's only about 100 metres away now. I first heard him probably an hour ago. I was back down across a couple of gullies back over there. I gave a roar and next thing I answered. Now it's the 14th of March today, so he's a nice early one, and he's been responding really well, answering every time, and he's even done a bit of violence here and there, so he sounds keen enough, although he's not showing any signs of coming my way, but that's okay as long as he stays put. So I'm actually going to keep quiet now, and I'll just try and close the gap to within 40 metres or so, and I'll give a couple of loud roars, see if I can wake him up a bit more. Hopefully he'll come in. So, let's go. He's only just up there a little way now. I'll just try and get a couple more metres, see over this little dip.
Well, that certainly wasn't what I was expecting to see. It's amazing that he's still so keen to roar, given his current situation. I'm not quite sure what he'd do if he came face to face with another stag for a fight. It already looks like he's come off second best.
He's definitely not a trophy head. I'm not sure how he's managed it, but he's broken one side off. He's got 4 on one side and none on the other. The roar hasn't even started yet.
Well, you really can't blame him for walking away. It appears it didn't go so well last time, so maybe he figures it's not worth the risk. That particular stag was a few years ago now, but on a more recent trip we had a nice encounter early on while heading south. Usually we find that to get a roar either early or late in the season, quite often you have to be fairly near the stag or even in his territory, if he has one.
Yeah.
They may not be so willing to answer from a great distance. Of course, there's always exceptions, but if you happen to find where a stag's been living, there's a good chance he'll come to investigate.
Yeah, it's a bit of a ear give a bellow. It's a bit gnarly, isn't it? Yeah. That's surprising. Didn't expect an answer this early on.
Excellent.
It's pretty crappy.
Yeah.
What do you think? We'll just go straight out. There's no wind. It's amazing conditions like this.
It's so calm. It's just here for miles.
I love it like this.
It's sort of hard to tell how far away he is. It's so calm.
And it's pretty sort of flat country. There's not much to it. But yeah, when you get calm conditions like this is when you've got a big advantage, because in the roar, the wind's always the big factor, isn't it?
Okay.
And especially in thick bush, because you've got to get close. Anyway, fingers crossed. Being the first hunt for the year.
Unfortunately, they've got more patience than we have, and when he's looking in your direction, it's extremely hard to keep perfectly still for too long without flinching. Notice how he's got his eyes firmly locked on me. Even when Clyde roars off to my left, he never even turns his head. Unfortunately, I was pretty much in full view and just desperately trying to keep the camera steady without showing any movement. But now, only a few meters away, he can tell that something's definitely not quite right.
Could you see him there? I think he might have stopped. Where's the gun? Where's the camera? He's just through there too. I tried to sneak forward a bit to get another view of him. I did see him a couple of times, but it's just too thick in here. Couldn't get close enough. But what a hard case, eh? Magnificent little fella. Well, he wasn't so little.
Wasn't he? I didn't want to poke my head out. But
nice stag, smell him strong, anyway.
We only poked out for a quick look. It's the 25th of March. We only poked out for a quick look on our way south, thinking, oh, we'll just have a look around, there's not much sign. Didn't bring a rifle, didn't bring a still camera, nothing.
Didn't just really expect anything, you see. Beautiful evening though, eh? Calm as a daisy.
It's the perfect evening. And it's early enough to actually go and keep going.
Investigate, yeah. Oh, so marvellous.
That's our, probably, I was just thinking, that's probably our best start to a roar without putting a kudos on the thing.
Yeah.
Because
hopefully it keeps going as well as that.
First hunt.
Yeah, fantastic.
For the year.
First roar. That's the first roar we've heard this year.
COVID-free roar.
This is one of the hazards we run into every now and then. Drive up all these side tracks trying to pick up a roar, and while we're up there, trees come down. Funny thing is, another vehicle came through early this morning, so it appears that this has fallen only within the last hour or so, because we're on our way out. But and we don't carry a handsaw, which we now, of course, we will stop and get one somewhere. But hopefully, it looks like it's totally dead. Hopefully it's light enough that we can actually drag it out of the way.
It was pretty heavy, isn't it? Need some leverage.
Oh, that's heavy on your feet, isn't it?
You can't cramp over it. Big four-wheel drive, they go over the top.
Yeah, it's a big tyre, that's not mine.
You could cut this tree down. Yeah, it's all a tree down.
Right, I can break it for you. If we have to cross a river and we're near the vehicle, we'll often put a rubbish bag over our socks and up our trousers, and then put some old shoes on so we can walk across the river and still keep our socks and trousers dry. And then we carry our good boots so that when we get to the other side we can put them on and we've got relatively dry feet rather than slushing around in the water all day.
Fabulous morning, 3rd of April, peak of the roar. Big valley and not a sound. Nothing. No sign. Beautiful clearing here as well, but no sign on that. But we have picked up a bit of a follower, so we'll see if we can get him fed later on. Oh,
This area is totally full of all this, I call it cabbage style. I don't know what it is. It's got stalks going in all directions and I don't really like it.
And the superjack.
Yeah, the superjack mixed through it as well. But,
So there's deer poo here.
oh, there's deer poo in it, so that's good. Makes up for the horribleness of it all.
Deer poo.
Oh, yep. Yeah, that's pretty fresh, eh? Yeah, it's like a wall, isn't it?
Yeah. This one here.
Can't do anything about it.
Wow, he's got a deep bark on him, mate. He's obviously smelled us now, which is understandable. The wind's swirling, but we had a bit of fun with him. Marvellous.
Yeah.
Hey, we didn't know he was there. We were following the bigger stag, and then next thing he roared below us. Now he's up behind me here, barking his head off, which is not good.
It's actually crappy country we've come over, like some of the worst. I'm
Oh,
infuriated going through it.
Terrible, terrible stuff crawling through it.
Obscenities. And
Awful.
but it's much better down here.
Yeah.
And I just had a look at the map.
Yep.
We can just keep following this lower country around the main range.
Right, yeah.
See, that's what they'll do. They'll bark a bit, roar a bit.
Yeah.
We can follow this around, and then there should be some other action, really.
Yeah, well, that other stag's ahead of us, at least on the way out.
There's a
He's on
chance.
our way.
And the sun's shining.
You know that I saw him when he was across the other side of the river. We didn't realise that at first, and next thing I saw this, because I could hear the rustling. I saw this tree shaking like mad, and then I realised what it was. And then I saw him walk through, and it was actually a bit of a bank. I thought it was lower, but then it's a bit of a bank, and he walked straight across. And I saw him coming across, and then that big splash when he went in the water.
Jumped in.
Freaky. All right, let's go.